Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In this video, what we'll be discussing is we're going to be talking about the Detroit Lions and Dan Campbell basically botching the game last night in the NFC title game. We're going to be talking about Dan Campbell and if he is too aggressive as a coach where he likes to go for fourth downs. In some situations, it's okay to do it, but last night, oh my god, he was getting reckless. Now, I'm not going to go too in-depth with the game because I'm going to save that for a later video. I'm going to do my game reactions later in the week. But in this kind of video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about Dan Campbell and kind of how he's done in the season, and his fourth down conversion rate, his third down conversion rate, and how he's very risque when it comes to going forward on fourth downs. And is it a good thing, a bad thing? Could it cost Detroit in the end? Maybe is this going to be probably their last time in the NFC title game? And we're going to pretty much talk about it all. So without further ado, I'm going to stop rambling and we're going to get straight on to this. If you're going to enjoy, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. And without further ado, let's get into it. Now, first up, what I want to talk about is, as we know, last night in the game, for those of you who did not watch the game, there was the point where the Lions were up 24-7. They went to 24-10. They had a chance to go for a field goal. They didn't go for it. They decided to go for it on fourth down. They decided not to take the field goal. They went for it. It got to throwing the ball. The receiver dropped the ball. No points were taken on that drive. Then later on in the game, with like 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, it was 24-27. They were trailing. They once again got down to about the 30-yard line. They had a chance to go for a field goal. They elected not to kick the field goal, go for it. They didn't get it. 49ers obviously went down the field, got a touchdown with like 3 minutes to go. And from there, it was just out of reach for the Lions. And if you kind of do the math, 24-34 there at the end, they could have at least been 30-34. A touchdown there at the end could have went down and won them the game. And in the post-game interviews, you can see here, it says here, Dan Campbell said, and I quote, "It's easy hindsight. I get it. I get that. But I don't regret those decisions. And it's hard," Campbell said. Quote, "It's hard because we didn't come through and it wasn't able to work out. But I don't. And I understand the scrutiny I'll get. That's part of the gig, but it just didn't work out." Now, I'm going to go and say first things first right now. I am actually on the side with Dan Campbell. I think it's a good thing for him to go for it because people were saying, why the fuck are you not going for the field goal? Because I'm not going to lie, in that moment, the first time when they went for it, when they were still up like 24-10, I'm okay with going for it there. You had your foot on the neck. You were killing them. The 49ers were not doing anything. The momentum was still kind of in your favor. Go for it. I understand that one. But when it was 24-27, that's the one where Dan Campbell needs to have like a second coach in his ear being like, Dan, are you sure? Are you sure about this? Because if you take the 3 points there, you could at least tie the game up, give your defense something to fight for, and make them know, hey guys, if we stop them right here, we can get our offensive ball back, and we can go down here, get another field goal, and we can win this thing. The reason why that doesn't exactly work out is because, as you can see here, and I saw this stat after the game was over, people were talking about it, the reason why Dan Campbell wasn't exactly letting his kicker take the shots there at the end of the game, those field goals would have been about 45 to 50-yard field goals. Let's look here. Let's look at the kicking percentages of field goals in the league. Oh, let's see, up around the top, you got a lot of really good kickers. You know, Bucker's up there, Hopkins, Aubrey. Let's find the Lions kicker. Oh, yeah, that's right. All the way down to the bottom, towards 37. How many field goal attempts does he have this year? He's 4 for 4. Cool. What's his longest field goal? 41 yards. You know why he has so little field goals? Because the Lions don't fucking kick field goals. When they get in field goal range, they go for it. The only reason they wouldn't go for it is if it was like 4th and 10, 4th and 15. If it's like 4th and 5 or shorter, they're going. I mean, when you look at the stat for Michael Bagley, like I said, it's 4 for 4. He's good on field goals, but 41's his longest. And then if you look at the extra points, 13 to 15, meaning he missed 2 extra points. So I'm wondering if that kind of played into the factor of Dan Campbell's mindset there at the end of the game, and wondering, is this really, do I really trust my kicker to go make this field goal? Because for all we know, his kicker might suck and he needs to get a lot closer, and he was thinking, he was told, okay, 30-yard line, not that good. If we can get up to the 20, maybe we can settle from there. And then the next part that kind of plays into Dan Campbell, let's look at his fourth down conversions, how many times he goes for it versus doesn't get it. Let's see. Panthers we can kind of disregard because they were always losing in the season. They constantly had to go for it on fourth downs there at the end of the games if they want to stay in games. But looking at the Detroit Lions, 40 times they went for it. 40 times. 21 times they made it. So they were 50-50. So it was every single time it was like, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. And then I seen on ESPN, somebody was talking about, I think it was Ryan Clark, who kind of pointed out something interesting. Correction, it was Rex Ryan who pointed out on Get Up. And he said in Dan Campbell's mind, he was possibly thinking the ways of, if he goes for that field goal attempt there at the end of the game, obviously we would get to 27-27. If he doesn't get it, he trusts his defense enough to where he was thinking in his mind, maybe our defense can even hold them to a field goal. It goes 24-30, and we still get the shot to go down there and get a touchdown and possibly win the game, which they did get the touchdown, even though the 49ers were not really covering them that much. I just think Dan Campbell going for it there kind of put his thought in mind of, if I get this, I can bleed more clock. We can maybe go down here and get this touchdown and then we could leave the 49ers with like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe, if we were to just keep on bleeding and bleeding this clock. Now, ultimately, is this going to end up biting the Lions in the ass? In the press conference afterwards, he said, like I said, he gets it. It's tough. In hindsight, he should have went for some field goals, but now it's like he's something's got to live with. He also says something along the lines of, who knows the next time they be back in the situation. I think the Lions are going to be back. They will 100% be back in the NFC Championship game within the next few years. This game is a tough one to swallow. It's going to be hurtful. It's going to be a rough offseason. The next few weeks, they're going to sting, especially the next few days. They're going to be tough. It's a long flight home back to Detroit. I'm sure none of them got sleep. But I think I'm going to wrap it up with this. Dan Campbell, he made his career off of just saying, fuck you, I'm going to go for it. A couple of things that happened in this game that kind of give me examples of, or I think it was like the third quarter or second quarter. At one point in the game, it was 3rd and 12. You would have thought, oh, they're going to just probably run like a little check down to a tight end, maybe just get like a few yards, get field goal range. Nope. Halfback draw, first down. Then again, I think it was like 3rd and 18, and I'm thinking, just check it down to your tight end, run a little draw run, get about 5 or 6 yards, get in field goal range, kick a field goal. Nope. They run like a little crosser. I think the Amon-Ra St. Brown, first down. I'm watching that game. I'm like, who the fuck are these Lions? And I remember, oh yeah, that's right. It's Dan Campbell. He don't give a fuck. He's going to bite your kneecaps off and punch you in the face. And for all the Lions fans that are trying to actually say some bullshit about like fire Campbell, and people that are not even Lions fans saying like that's a fireable offense, he shouldn't be the head coach anymore. People, he's done this all fucking year. And I get it. I get it. It's the NFC title game. It's a lot different from week 4, week 8, week 10 in the regular season. But he's going to be that guy 24/7. He's not going to change who he is going into the playoffs, or even if it was a Super Bowl. He's going to be that guy. His mindset going in every single game, he's going to punch you in the face. He's going to run that damn rock, and he's going to do whatever he can to win the game. And even if it means going for it on 4th down, if it was fucking 4th and 10, he might have gone for it there when it was 24-27. Who knows? And I do like the way the players have kind of come forward, Jared Goff and some of the other players, who, when they were asked about, like, do you like the decision of going for it there and not taking the field goal, and they all said, I love it. I love it. Because it gives them confidence. It makes them feel like Dan has trust in you guys to go get that first down. And they've done it multiple times this year. It's just the way they kind of went. One was a drop, and one was just a wonky throw. Got pushed out of the pocket. Jared couldn't make the throw. So my final words is going to be this. Dan Campbell ain't going nowhere. People need to get a grip. It's a rough loss. It happened. It's a learning mistake. It was the first time Dan Campbell's ever really been in this position. The last time he was in the NFC title game was, I believe, actually 2019 when he was on the Saints coaching staff. There in that game when the no pass interference call happened against the Rams. It's a learning mistake. He'll get over it. He's a 3rd-year head coach. He'll get through this. He'll learn from it, and he'll just have to get better from it. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. That's going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did go on to enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entire today's video, thank you very much, and you want to leave your opinion on the whole thing down in the comment section down below. What you think about Dan Campbell going for it there on multiple 4th down opportunities? Do you think he should have taken both field goals, one of the field goals, or do you like him going for it both times? Like I said, the first one I like going for. The second one, the 4th quarter, I'm a little hesitant on it. But like I said, leave your opinion in the comments. If you're a fan of the content that I do post here and you want to go and hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified the second I post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.